guess, yeah, I couldn't record any of the other shit because we would have gotten canceled.
What are you trying to say?
Again?
Again?
The 500 people would say, no. I'm not standing for this.
Well, it was still hilarious.
It was.
So,
welcome to the Mystic Podcast.
hello, everybody.
Here with Tommy Nine Toes and JC, the Renaissance Man.
And Ghost Fingers.
With
Mr.
Ghost Fingers.
Mr. Popcorn.
Oh, yeah.
Popcorn.
Yeah, popcorn.
Popcorn. What did they call people like that back then?
Popcorn
Orange
face.
Pop.
Popper?
Yeah, popcorn head. Shut up, popcorn head.
You know, he's got his popcorn in a wheelbarrow and he's walking.
Popcorn for sale. Get your popcorn.
Yeah.
Hey.
Don't
That's
cross
what
the
I
train
would do.
tracks.
When I
Popcorn
think
in your
about it,
pocket.
that's what I see.
Yeah, don't cross the train tracks with popcorn in your pockets past 5 at night because so many people did that crap and caused problems. They had to make a law about it.
What?
I don't know. I just sometimes, I say stuff. I just talk.
Do you have that disease that we were talking about, or that?
Yes, word on the street. Don't put popcorn in your pocket.
Oh my goodness! This, I can tell you right now, we're not even starting on the rails. Screw the rails. Screw the rails.
We're just gonna take this where
Raw
it takes us.
dogging it.
Raw dog. Watch
Raw.
it. Now. It's not that kind of a podcast.
Hey,
I'm not going to comment on that.
we've got
stuff.
a bait for the views.
They say raw dog. Don't they know what that means? That's crazy.
I
They're
just
the devil.
too many jokes that I wanted to go with, and you would get mad at me.
Somebody has to keep a state of decorum.
That's debatable. Good
We
luck.
know it ain't you,
It's up-
Jace.
I don't know how much farther I can hold it in.
All right, let's get
He's
on
gonna-
fast. So this kind of continues the story of Lemuria. Is it Lemuria or Lumeria?
It's Lemuria. And
Lemuria.
we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about Mu.
After the show last time, I kind of found a flaw with the lemur theory that you had, and I'm not talking about the leaping lemurs, but the theory of them moving around and going.
The land bridges.
Yeah, because between then and now, I doubt that the lemurs were actually called lemurs, and Lemuria probably wasn't even called Lemuria, so they probably weren't similar at all. You know what I mean?
Well, it was called Lemuria. It wasn't called back then Lemuria. It was called Lemuria by the guy who saw the lemur fossils. And he just coined it Lemuria because he saw so many lemur fossils that was in the areas.
Oh, so
That's the
Yeah.
scientific.
That's how
definition.
Lemuria became Lemuria.
okay, I got it. Never mind. Forget the last 30 seconds or so.
What was
Don't worry
it
about
called?
that.
I don't know. No one knows what it was called. It was just called Lemuria because because they found so many different fossils of lemurs, in Madagascar and India, over in Australia, and it's always been area where the bridge would be would have been connected. So it's like
I didn't realize that he connected the lemurs with a place that didn't have a name yet. I thought that the name and then he connected it to the lemurs.
Nah.
Okay, never mind.
That's how he got there.
So when it comes to Mu, this James Churchward,
Yeah, Churchward.
his
Yeah.
name, it was him that wrote that this continent Mu, sank in a series of catastrophic events, earthquakes, volcano eruptions, and massive floodings, and leaving only scattered islands such as Hawaii, Fiji, Easter Island, and other,
Like
probably
Tahiti.
uninhabited remnants. That area of the ocean where there are.
That would explain why they have trouble believing that people got in little boats and paddled out to those islands. If it was a
So
bigger
are the
continent.
people from those islands the survivors, the ones that went to the top of the mountain while everything sunk?
Yeah.
I would think so.
Because
And
I
here's the
was
thing.
watching something and they were talking about how difficult it would have been to just get in those little canoes and go across the ocean until you found those little islands and the chances of it and all that stuff. But if it was a bigger landmass and those are just leftovers from the people that were there, then that makes more. That's a
They
lot
would know the
Yeah.
area, firstly.
and they wouldn't have had to make that trip.
Huh.
So I've got two names, and I've told this the first name to you, Michelle. I'm gonna go ahead. I'll say it again. So
Say it
Jason
again because I don't remember.
Augustus
Oh, yeah, you just said
Augustus Le Plongeon. Augustus Augustus Le Plongeon Plongeon. Now this guy claimed. Now he was the first one to propose Mu as a lost continent. And he got the information from claiming he translated some ancient Mayan inscriptions. So supposedly some Mayans talked about Mu. And then if I'm not mistaken, Mayans also talk about Atlantis.
Yeah.
So
They call it Atlan or Aslan or something like that.
yeah. Well, that's actually sounds well. Atlantis like the Aztecs, but I don't know. We'll get to that next time with the Atlantis. But it's interesting that he got this information from the Mayans, where they also talk about Atlantis. So apparently the Mayans knew about both of them. And now later they say that mainstream scholars said, he got the translations inaccurate, but here we are. But then you got James Churchward, which you had mentioned before, and he's a British writer who really popularized Mu. He claimed to have found ancient tablets in India describing Mu as the motherland of civilization, a vast continent in the Pacific that sank about 12,000 years ago, and of course, 12,000 years ago was the Younger Dryas.
everything comes back to the Younger Dryas.
It is. I think it's. I don't know, man. And there's something about it.
It's a disaster. Everything comes back to disasters.
Right.
And for our written record, the Younger Dryas fits within that. Proof we can find. I guarantee you there were hundreds before that.
Right.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That is just that one.
We've hit the stupid reset button who knows how many times.
Yeah.
Which would explain why we forget, as we talked about
the
the
whole
last
part.
episode.
See, and that's the whole part where I get hung up. The forgetting.
The forgetting. And, if you think about it, it's like, if it's not written down,
well,
how often do we?
Well, I mean, even if the poles flipped tomorrow and we went into another ice age, everybody would be a lot more worried about survival and learning basic skills and finding shelter and warmth than about teaching. Oh, we used to have electric can openers,
Well, and that is what some people say. They say, it's not like the next day no one remembered.
Yeah,
it happened over several generations.
Yeah, you just less and less of it. Because, I mean, by the time you're telling your grandkids that what a car was, they're like, that sounds stupid.
Here's a real life perfect example of the concept. Granny canned her food in a canner. She came from a time where you couldn't just go buy, and they were poor, so they canned their food. Grandma Lucy knew how to do that. She knew how to can food.
Right.
She never introduced any of that to Mom.
Right.
I only got into it because I found interest in it.
You didn't need to.
But you see, now it's forgotten.
Right there, the generation. And then it didn't get passed on to me or you.
Right. And that's kind of okay. So most accounts agree that Mu did not simply disappear in one day, but rather over generations, with multiple disasters all leading to slow exoduses. So every time there was this major disaster, this many more people would be like, screw this place, we're out of here. Or they were displaced altogether. Survivors of Mu are believed to have traveled across the globe, seeding early civilizations and influencing cultures such as the Mayans, the Incas, ancient Egypt, Polynesian, and Hawaiian traditions.
I wonder if they got to the Hopis.
Well, the esoteric lore says that Mu survivors are said to have gone underground, literally forming the inner Earth civilization, such as Telos, Telos. So I'll have to look into that one.
Now,
Often claimed to exist beneath Mount Shasta in California.
That's what I was about to bring up, Mount Shasta. And it's funny because you talk about Mount Shasta, the first thing I think of as a kid from the 80s, I'm thinking the soda pop called Shasta that we used to drink as a kid.
I'm thinking Bigfoot.
But I mean, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. It's like a Shasta. Yeah, I'll take a Shasta Cola. It wasn't all that bad.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing.
No, it's not.
No. I'm thinking that's prime Bigfoot country. When I
You know
hear
what?
Bigfoot probably drinks Shasta. So
He probably did. And that's why he's so hairy.
Yeah.
And
Put some hair
elusive.
on your chest. That crap will put some hair on your chest.
It's stout. But anyways, to get back on the rails a little bit, Mount Shasta, I mean, you got a lot of Bigfoot around Mount Shasta. They also said they found there was a group of people, I didn't get the person's name, but supposedly someone had it might have been Churchward. I think it was Churchward. Supposedly someone went in there because Churchward wrote 3 books about Mu. There's 3 books out there by James Churchward about Mu.
Right.
And supposedly he was going to have an expedition in the 20s to go into a cave that he found and go down. And supposedly he went down there and he found a city. He came back and he tried to get a bunch of people. So,
there's a lot of documentations about ancient underground cities. Lots of places. And that fits into them going underground business that I just read.
Right. And the thing is, I think it's the Hopi Indians. They talk about there's like because I play Dungeons and Dragons, I would call them Thri-Kreen, but supposedly there's like these insect people that live underground.
Yeah, they call them ant people.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then some people think it's the reptiles that live underground.
Right.
Well, I mean, where else would they live?
But here's the thing,
Dubuque, Iowa. That's probably where.
Iowa?
Dubuque.
As far as you know, next door.
Yeah. Have you seen Next Door?
I have.
I didn't mean literally.
I've actually seen the people who live to him next door.
Lizard people. They're lizard people.
Hopefully they're not watching. Gosh. I don't know. Once again, here we are. I mean, so.
Well, here's the thing. It's like if we got Bigfoot around Mount Shasta, supposedly refugees from the sinking, who basically bolted from Mu as it's going into the drink. It's like, what if Lemurians were actually like Bigfoot?
See, my mind is going this direction. My mind is going, okay, where are all these places on the ley lines? Were they power centers in the grid?
Okay. I see what you're saying. I would have to agree it probably is a power center.
Were they like each one of these places was, how it works.
Well, yeah, there had to have been ley lines over the area, so it probably lined up with something.
So it was like a
well, here's the thing. Does the ley lines move when there's a pole shift?
I don't think they're magnetic.
I mean,
I thought they were.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know for sure either way on that one.
Let's find out. Ow.
Because if the poles shift, then that means the whole grid and everything is going to shift.
Let's just find out. because it is the Earth's magnetic grid.
Right.
A shift in the Earth's magnetic poles could have a measurable effect. Okay, so now my mind just went because we talk about cycles. We talked about it last week.
Yeah.
We are shifting. I mean, scientifically, we spin
Right.
faster, and that
It's moving towards Siberia.
And just like a top. Okay, when the top is like this, it spins really fast. When it's this, it doesn't spin as fast, and then it stops. Right. So we are spinning faster. That's why people believe that we are going through such a spiritual shift as humans. Okay. Back then, when we're talking 12,000 years ago, that's where we were. Then everything shifted. All the disasters happened because that's geologically what happens when the Earth does that. You get your storms are worse. I mean, I made a video about it in 2015, remember?
Yeah.
Desert, everything gets worse. Everything gets more severe. Okay? We're shifting back, so the Earth's upset again. We're seeing that in our storms. We're starting to go higher. We're repeating this story.
Well, we have to because it's a
right
cycle.
where we are.
That's why. I mean, everything's a cycle, and that's why.
Everything's
try
a
to put it
cycle.
off, but we'll probably just make the effects worse when they come through.
That's
And
what
and I
Zechariah,
always go ahead.
I was going to say that's what Zechariah Sitchin said. In the Earth Chronicles books, everything's cyclical.
That is true. That is true. But
Don't
see, I
happen
always
whether we wanted to or not.
that
I
is
mean,
a cycle
like
of like
we can fight
500,000 years. Maybe it's 12.
yeah, well, we can fight climate change and all that stuff, and maybe manage to put it off for a little while, but eventually it's gonna do it anyway. And I think when we resist it, it might make the effects worse when they come along.
It's just, I tell you, the reason I started thinking that is because I read this quantum aspect in this whole thing. Okay. So it says looking through the lens of quantum mechanics and parallel realities, which that's where we are in quantum mechanics. Okay?
Right.
Mu could be seen as a parallel timeline that still exists vibrationally.
Well, it depends how you look at time, because
Well,
all time might probably exists at the same time.
it does.
Yeah, so there's no way to punch through right now, but
it's like, are we okay? So okay, let me throw this at you because I'm tending to lean this direction. Time is not there is no future, there is no past. It's all there. Okay. You're connected, you're entangled. And it's possible to affect other lifelines. It's possible for other lifelines to affect you. That's where we get concepts like generational curses and, things like this. Okay.
Deja vu.
Deja vu absolutely can fit into that dynamic. Absolutely. So what if it's not a cycle, but every time we get to the end of this cycle, because we last week we talked about the Palladians, the root races and the levels that these places go through. What if at the end, all the lifelines get affected? And that's why we are experiencing similar things, because we're getting to the end where the whole place gets cleaned out and we all start over.
So basically, like we said last episode, Groundhog Day.
Yeah. Only over a millennia.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're just repeating it and coming back around till we get it right, and then we can move forward.
And is this the source doing that? Is this the source repeating its?
would-
hers own lesson? Like, oh, well, I screwed that up. Let's do it again. I mean,
Well, I would think
where can you
I would
go
think
with that?
the source of everything probably works more like an engine and probably doesn't really think. It's
So,
just
like a motherboard.
kind of like basically the programming of everything. So it would
Who
reboot.
programmed it?
I don't mean a literal program, but it's what makes everything work. And when it gets to a certain point, it would reboot and start everything over.
So it comes down to who designed it, who causes that, who. I mean, I guess that elevates the discussion into another plane almost, because it's like, well, then if this is something that's this is something that's been set up to affect us a certain way, and the way to get past it is to divert it or something. It's like, who's the one who set it up that way? What put those things in motion?
And that's where everything starts. That's where all the questions are now.
And that's,
what's the source and what's its purpose?
Right. What was it? H.C. Clarke wrote the 2001 Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
So I read that book. I read 2010. That's basically where Europa, I believe, becomes a planet. Jupiter becomes another sun in that one.
Yeah.
And then there was one after like 2069, and it was kind of but the last one was a really interesting one. It was 3001. So basically the series goes over a millennia. And at the end of basically 3001, everyone, the Earth and they're really advanced. And there's this thing coming towards Earth, and it's like a huge saw blade. And they had to figure, I can't remember because I haven't read it in forever, but they had to figure out how to stop it, defeat it in a sense. And everything.
Yeah.
And then, of course, at the end of the book, they did, because.
Well, thank God, because our imitates life.
I mean, we could all died. I mean, so good thing someone did it right and saved us in 3001.
3001. I will have been here 100 times by then.
Probably.
Anyway, what it comes down to is the story of Mu. I mean, it's like we need to remember these things.
Yeah. It's very important that we remember Lemuria, we remember Mu, and what we're going to talk about next time, which would be Atlantis. I think, and there's also other, in the Ancient Aliens, the show Ancient Aliens with Bob Sequin, with Mr. Stookless.
Yeah,
I forgot. I don't know why I called him Bob. And he probably won't come to the podcast now.
Bob. It's Bob.
No, it's Stookless. Is
George.
Giorgio. Because
Giorgio. And I remember his last name because it's like artificial sugar.
Either way, they talk about Ancient Aliens talks about these sites, There's a place over there.
Well, that's because they archaeology, they come up with archaeology that supports it.
Right.
Well, I mean, archaeology, especially the early 1900s, must have been the easiest job ever. You're like, you dig something out of the dirt, and he's like, oh, this looks like it's probably ancient Egyptian. And, well, clearly Ramses brought it out here with his entourage. So you write down this whole thing, you write down 3 or 4 pages, and then pretty soon you're writing a book about something that absolutely unprovable, and everybody's like, that's a fact, it's been known.
That is a good point.
Because they just filled in every blank they could and acted
You're
like
right.
Because they couldn't read those hieroglyphs. They still don't really read.
But I think modern science has either substantiated or debunked all of that by now. I do.
A lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, the artifacts didn't go anywhere. generation after generation of scientists study those things, and they change all the time.
But yeah, about every 20 years, somebody's
The
like, "That ain't what
meaning.
happened. That ain't what." And then
Yeah,
some,
yeah.
20 years later, well, that ain't what happened either.
Yeah. I don't know.
And nobody ever explained why there's a picture of a helicopter in Egyptian hieroglyphics.
Well,
Right. There's a helicopter. There's like a
oh,
there's like a
land
a
speeder.
not
tank.
just Egyptian, Mayans too, all over,
Yeah.
all over. So, kind of changing the subject a little bit, but we can get back to it. But what do you know about September 24th?
It's right before the 25th.
Well, the rapture's supposed to happen on the 23rd.
Oh, on the 23rd.
The 23rd, yes.
What's going to happen?
That's what TikTok is saying, so it's got to be true.
Oh, fuck.
Here's the thing. Well, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it, but the date came up for me today in a reading. And so I kind of got on. It's like, okay, why did September 24th come up? There's all kinds of things. I saw the apocalypse things, and I also saw some lady say, don't believe anything you see on September 24th.
That's interesting.
Okay. And then unrelated completely, not even the same genre of the bearded guy. What's his name? Oh my goodness. And he wears glasses and he walks through the forest and he talks.
Usually, the beard.
What's his name, Tom? I've sent you his videos all the time. Anyway, you know who I'm talking about.
Hold on, I'll find out.
He's talking about no. I'm sorry. It wasn't him. It was Stephen Greer.
Oh.
It was Stephen Greer.
Did you have to pay him money?
Said, listen. And I don't remember him giving a date though. But he said they're gonna make you think we're getting invaded by aliens. And we're not getting invaded by aliens.
That's how they
have the capability to project holographic images into the sky above you.
Well, yeah, they can do it with 3-point lasers.
The military can do it now, right? They have the ability to seed your mind with this, which they also do right now. They can cause you fear.
Alex Jones
I don't mean like make you think thoughts, but they can cause you to start being scared.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Just
of course
like
they can
cause you to relax.
Make you have paranoia.
It's frequency.
You do it with frequencies, like the heart attack guns they used.
So I see this. Then I see this lady that says, "Don't believe anything you see," and I think she said September 24th, and I was like, because I'm looking for what's happening on September 24th. What was the other thing I seen? Later, totally unrelated, there's this army guy, one of those army guys that does stuff out of his car, and he's in the army, he is whatever. So he says there's bad things coming. There's bad things coming. Don't believe anything you see. Then I saw another video that was in a religious realm, and it said that they were going to shoot holographic messages. Each area was going to get whatever God they worshiped. So this group's going to get God as we know it here in America, or as Christian, nations. This group's going to get Krishna. This group's going to get Buddha, and they're all going to talk, and then they're all going to show up, form into one. And this because they cannot create a new world order, and they cannot create a new world religion unless 100% of the people are on board. And the only way they can make that happen
is to unify the God. A unified.
So it has gone the gamut of what this date means. And it came up for me in a reading this morning, and I didn't know any of those things I talked to you about. After I got off the phone with her, the reading with her, I was like,
Yeah.
September
Something's
24th.
got to come along to stop everything because the world is getting crazier and like every week it's like 3 or 4 crazy ass things. Like if you could go back like 5 years and say and tell people what's going on, or even before COVID, and you'd be like, we're all going to be locked down for 2 years and have to wear masks, and they'd be like, bull crap, you know. And then now we're like,
You're
you know,
right.
Donald Trump got shot in the ear when he was president. Donald Trump was president, bull crap. Now he's
Right.
president twice. What? You know, like
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
yeah, like there's just crazier and crazier and crazier. Like if you go back 5 or 10 years, nobody would believe a single thing that's been in the news. They wouldn't. Like we had a summer full of rioting and burning down cities, and nobody tried to stop it.
And basically, what we're watching globally with the leadership is who gets to run the new world order.
Well, everyone should agree that anybody in a position of power right now should not be allowed to have anything to do with the network.
Run anything.
No, they shouldn't be running dogs outside to go to the bathroom.
I got something I'm going to say, but guys, keep talking. I'll jump in here in a second.
No.
I refuse to comply.
Yeah, I'm not talking. You can't tell me what to do.
I'm just saying.
But I'm telling you what, you cannot help but run down a rabbit hole with this stuff. And here's the scary part of all of it.
Because it can't get much crazier before it all just implodes and people just freak
out.
out.
It's not sustainable. Yeah, it's not
like
you know
the
that
economy will crash, or I mean, something's going to happen that's going to make people just start freaking out everywhere.
But the scary part of it is all if it's plausible. It's like anymore, I can't hear something and go, "Oh, bullshit." I can't.
Yeah. Well, really,
I've got to be like, "Huh."
Well, really, like if it showed up on if you woke up in the morning and CNN's like, "Oh, mothership just landed in Toledo and aliens got out and started butt banging everybody," you'd be like, "Well, here we go."
That's true.
I'm gonna stay away from Toledo, I guess.
It's
okay,
true.
so here's what I was looking at, and here's a question. And honest to God, I'm being serious when I say this. I'm not being funny.
So don't make any jokes, JC.
Okay. So I mean, this is the actual. This is a legit question. I offer you to.
Okay.
The Simpsons cartoon, the TV show, The Simpsons has predicted stuff very eerily, predicted very, like in detail.
Does this have to do with Krang?
No, hold on. Has there been an episode where they talk about September 24th?
Well, I don't know. Can we Google that shit?
That's what I was trying to Google on my phone, but I'm not that good at Googling stuff.
All right. Well, let me do the Google. Well, fuck that. Fuck that. Let's just ask chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
The TV show The Simpsons.
The Simpsons
ever featured a story about the date September 24th. He's looking. Okay, so no, I mean, I don't think so. Okay, hang on. Maybe hang on. Wait a minute.
No shit.
Now,
wait a minute. Just hang on a second.
Yeah, Tom. Okay. Keep your pants on, goddammit.
I got my pants on.
Yeah.
So you say.
Here, I'll show you.
When was this aired? Episode 9. What year? 2022? The Simpsons season 24, episode 9. Homer goes to prep school.
Yeah.
Because of numerological coincidences, season 24, episode 9, 9/24. And because that episode's plot involved preppers and fears about societal breakdown. But fact checkers have found that the episode does not explicitly designate Sept, but man, there's a lot of Easter eggs there, as a future apocalyptic date. So they're not going to say it's aliens. But aliens. Interesting. The fuck? Huh.
So yeah,
I would have never thought to
Wednesday-
look that up. I would have never thought to look that up.
Wednesday at noon, they're going to be rooming up in this town for the both of us. Tom.
I told my client to stay home, get off if she can, just stay home.
you know,
Don't believe it. And don't believe anything you hear or see.
I'm like, I gotta go. I'll be at work if that shit goes down. Well, I mean, I don't know what I'm like. Oh, great! I'm gonna go home. I'm done.
You know, that's the thing. It's like I'm gonna watch it so I can say I seen it.
Yeah,
But come on.
maybe take a camera out there and film it.
I won't have to. Everyone will be doing that.
I will be too. I'm gonna film it. If something goes down in the sky on the 24th, I'm gonna film it.
Tom, you know the only logical response is to immediately start throwing rocks at it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
We can start throwing our brooms at it.
Yeah. Clean this
I'm gonna-
shit up.
I'm gonna moon it.
Get down there and clean something. You interstellar assholes.
Well,
I'm-
I tell you what,
I'm gonna moon it.
I've never been one to predict dates ever. But I found it interesting that date came up. And then when I looked for it, it was there. So it was a verifiable download for me. And that doesn't always happen. I get downloads and it's like, never get proof. It's like, okay, well, what, you know?
See, now the 24th is a Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's Survivor starting that day. We can't.
Well, I ought to be in pretty good shape. I go to the.
I don't know,
chiropractor
but
on
that's
the
trash
22nd,
day, and them
so I'm in
fuckers
good shape.
better come because I cannot not have my trash done.
Yeah, trash day is the 23rd. I go to the chiropractor on the 22nd. I'll be ready.
Yeah, my trash gets picked up on Monday.
Ready to
So,
go. Ready to
I'm good.
go. I'm packed. I'm like, I hope it is the aliens.
I
My
got nothing
bag
else
is
going on. It might as well be the aliens.
My bag is packed. I'm like, what? What's the problem? What's the problem? This place is gone. I don't want to play anymore. You know?
So I don't know. I guess supposedly the 23rd. I've also heard it's supposed to be like 3 days of darkness. Like the sun is like not going to rise from the 23rd, 24th, and 25th.
Oh, that's like biblical shit.
Yeah. And they have always at the
Rain, I think, so it might be a little dark. I think.
Let's just say,
I think it's going to rain this week. Yeah.
tornado.
Maybe dark days, thunderstorms, wind, like you wouldn't believe, like last year.
Red skies in the
That's the
morning.
next week.
Sailors take warning.
Yeah.
Okay, the new moon goes into Virgo. There's a partial solar eclipse.
Nothing goes into Virgo or it doesn't stay Virgo. We have to rename it.
The new moon in Virgo will coincide with the partial solar eclipse occurring at the very last degree of Virgo. The eclipse is part of Virgo Pisces eclipse axis, a series of eclipses that have been activating themes across these signs. Interesting. There's also a Venus-Uranus square occurring
Is that freaking
around the same time, adding complexity.
is that freaking rock supposed to get here this month or is it next month?
It's supposed to be.
What's that supposed
It's
to
supposed
be?
to be around the A1 or AI.
Yeah,
or Cletus 31 or something. I don't
But
know
now
what it
there's
is.
even a bigger one,
Is there another one?
an even bigger one than that one.
That's great.
So basically, somebody in the next neighborhood is just throwing rocks in our yard.
In fact, there are 7 converging on us right now. I saw the map of it. Let me see if I can find it.
I still don't see how if our solar system is speeding through the universe at some ungodly rate of speed, how a rock's just going to keep pace with us and go right through the middle of us. A bunch of them, one after another.
So
It's just the
apparently
weirdest
someone's
thing.
got a timing pattern, and we're in the path of this football that's coming at us.
Let's see here.
So you're saying there's some kind of interstellar Patrick Mahomes throwing Hail Marys at us?
Possibly.
Can you hear that? Hold on. I can't do anything about it.
Sounded like bowels.
I can't do anything here. Maybe I just turn it down. I don't
What
know.
happened?
I'm trying. It's oh, here we go.
Did you get a bad sight again?
No. It just tells us. I wanted. I don't know how to turn the noise. Here we go. Okay. I'll wait till it gets to that point. I'll find out. Here it is. All right. Let me pause this. Is it paused? Pause. I'm going to bring up.
Uh-oh.
Are you going to bring up old stuff again?
This video. Where am I at? Bing videos. Okay.
Bing,
Shit.
what kind of name is that?
Okay.
Oh.
So check this out.
It's a comet. We still don't know exactly what it is, but it's
Look at
the consensus
Look at them.
among scientists is that it is a comet, but they're still uncertain.
Those are all heavy.
So I had seen some news recently.
Well, every one of them's pointed at the sun.
Comet right here.
Yes.
See 2025.
That's because of gravitational pull.
We didn't know about that comet. It just suddenly came out from behind the sun. We couldn't see it because it was on the other side of the sun.
They can't be gravity, Tom. They're
Visible
from outside of our
to
solar
Earth
system.
or to the satellite that watches for these things. And then I think it's this one. I think
like there's
it's
another one at the top on the right.
R2 It has a
Here?
relatively long
Yeah.
tail.
One,
I can't remember what they
two,
said. I think they said
three,
it's like
4,
the length
5,
of 5
6,
Earths
7.
long, essentially. So that's kind of interesting. People were pointing that out, that's a little bit unusual. But so you have these 7
Here's
comets
Earth.
that are headed toward the sun at the same time. And I wanted to know, well, how uncommon is that? You know, I didn't see any newspapers, like online papers talking about it.
Yeah, like if there's that many objects that's going to
Space.com
go
or
around the
Live
sun,
Science or anybody like that.
throw out all kinds of
Just
solar flares, I would think.
from his YouTube channel.
I would think
And
so.
he does seem to be a credible person. He's a geophysicist. So what I did is we're on another tab. I wish you could do more with this website. Maybe they'll add more features over time, but I wanted to see all comets that they're tracking. Okay. Because when you go down here to the search icon, you basically have to search for objects one at a time. And then like say, this is what I did. I just typed in comet, and then I went through this entire list one by one, adding all these comets. And I'm sure that probably captured all the comets that they have that they're tracking on this website. But
I want to compound my money long term. That's why I choose Acorns for
Well,
my
I'm
investment.
surprised.
Acorns.
Nobody expected that.
All right.
I didn't know there was going to be acorns.
Get rid of that. Anyway, that's what I was talking about.
Nut allergy.
What?
Nothing.
Oh. But that's what I'm saying. What's happening now? If we step to the side and say, okay, what if these are not comets? What if these are ships? I'm going to say as far back, at least 3 years ago, if not more. Bashar, you've heard me talk about him before, Daryl Ank, said that there were going to be multiple races of alien parked outside. They're going to park around us. And then the story splits. Now, Anka Bashar says that they're going to come in and get their people. If shit goes bad, they're here to get their people. Okay. Greer says, oh no. If things go south, they're here to save the planet because the planet supplies a lot of resources to a lot of other races. We don't even know that. The government has agreement, not just our government, globally has agreements with other races for minerals of a certain kind, whatever.
I mean, personally, that's kind of why I think Fort Knox is empty, because they ship our gold off. Because the Anunnaki came here for gold.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole thing about that, but
Yeah, but that fits.
Yeah.
That fits. Could be a coincidence, but it fits.
I mean, how many different races do we know about? I mean, there's a
I don't know.
Pleiadians.
Well, it depends on who you
there's
believe.
the
Because like the Hopi described, I don't know, 5 or 6 different races. Zechariah Sitchin described several races.
The Anunnaki.
Yeah, the Bible, it's they call them all types of angels, which is basically just another type of being.
We as humans on this
all
earth,
those.
we as humans on this earth recognize. Hang on a second. 136 known alien races.
Really?
Yep. Yeah. One place said 82, but that could be old information, maybe. Because this one says 130.
All you need is one bad one, and it's a lot of bad problems.
Well, here's the thing: we know that in every race there's going to be bad ones.
Yeah.
And just like we see here, the bad ones tend to always end up with, because they're bad, they take. So they end up with all the things.
Because good people inherently don't react violently to aggressiveness.
Yeah.
They should, because it would stop it, but they're just like, okay, fine, just take it. And
it's not important. Yeah. I don't know. Talk about cycling back.
Yeah. Well, even if the Anunnaki came back, they won't. I mean, Enlil it would not be good to be in charge. Enki's 50-50. They see us. They see us as property and basically almost like animals. So we
see there's a whole group of people that say that that's not correct.
What's that?
That the Anunnaki don't see us as animals. The Anunnaki, in fact, and I don't know the validity of this. Okay, so I'm going to say it not knowing but it's happened more than once. Georgia TVs were interrupted.
Oh yeah.
A month or so before that, somewhere in California or something.
Yeah, it happened when we were kids too.
It's happened 3 times just this year.
Oh really?
And allegedly being the Anunnaki coming in saying we are coming in. And here's the thing, this feeds in with what Stephen Greer says. Allegedly in this message, they say something to the idea that we're not here to attack you. We're here to help you. Don't believe what you're being told.
Maybe Inky, but not
attack you. We're here to help you.
Yeah. I think Inky might be more likely to help, but Enlil would not.
Enlil would not be wanting to help us.
Who knows who it is?
Well,
as far as we know, those 2 are in an old folks' home somewhere on Nibiru.
No. No way.
No, we don't.
And even Marduk's my favorite, but he would be a tyrant.
I mean, there's a lot of kooks out there that are like, I am half Anunnaki. I have the DNA. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
I can't prove that. You can't prove that. So I've just got, anytime you say something, I just have to believe.
Well, you can pretty much prove it by, if you're 50% unknown DNA, then maybe.
Well, and I listened to her interview, and it's like, you're half something, but it ain't Anunnaki.
You're half full of shit, lady.
Because you're wasting a whole lot of freaking time. All of these theories and conspiracy theories and mystical theories, whatever it is, you've got to beware of allied misinformation. Stephen Greer talks about that. Oh God, that scared the shit.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I cough all the time anymore. I can't get it under control.
That was like someone blowing into that Mayan screaming horn or whatever, horn of death. That's what I thought it was. Have you
That is
seen
not
that?
nice. You are not.
You know what I'm
being
talking
close.
about?
Yeah, the mine horn of death. Thanks.
It's not the. All right, back on track. Never mind. Never mind. What was I saying? What was I saying? I don't even remember. Carry on. It startled me. I was taking a shower earlier, and a freaking frog
You're
jumped.
making the damn frogs gay.
So you had a plague of frogs?
It was like one of those little tree frogs.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
in the shower. Steve
I
comes hobbling in there. Are you okay? I'm like, sorry.
I can't start laughing. Tom knows how bad it gets if I start laughing too much. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think everybody watching, though, needs to keep September 24th in mind. I don't know. I've never been a predictor. I'm not going to say I'm right. I'm not going to say
It's odd.
whatever. But
It
it's
is odd that comes up, and I've seen
weird. Yeah.
I've seen that come up on TikTok and a lot of the posts that I'm just like, okay,
Well, when I
whatever.
looked it up, yeah, there's a ton of shit out there.
And it's like I just flip through, I'm like, whatever, I don't believe it. And now you're saying, okay, I did a reading, and
Yeah.
the 24th of September came up. It's like, wait a minute.
I know. And it was the opposite for me. Because I looked it up and it was like, wow, all these people are freaking talking about September 24th.
What bothers me the most is the Simpsons made a freaking episode.
Yes. And I would have never thought to look that up. I would have never thought to.
And the only reason why I did that is because I've seen so many different things
No, you're
referencing
right, yeah.
Simpsons.
Yeah.
You know, they showed the episode of Donald Trump coming down the staircase when he won the presidency.
That was a ridiculous one. That was too much.
And it's like, dude, that was too much on point. You know?
Yeah.
And here so it's like now it's like, did the Simpsons make a freaking cartoon about it?
What is
was there an
that about,
episode?
man?
What?
Who wrote the Simpsons? That one guy that what's his
Groening.
name?
Groening.
Because he also did some other shows and stuff, and he even voiced one of his characters, didn't he?
He did
He worked with the Beavis and Butthead guy, I think.
Did he? Because he was, I think he also do Hank Hill, King of the Hill.
Did he?
You
What
got
if
that?
he's a freaking psychic?
Yeah, that was Mike Judge.
What if
Oh,
he's a
Mike Judge,
freaking
okay.
psychic? And he's like, you know what? Screw Nostradamus. Here's how we're going to let the truth out.
You never know.
Here's what I have learned.
How
More
many people
people are
believe Nostradamus in his
Well,
time?
it might be.
more people are psychic than you would ever.
He might not even know. It might be almost like a form of automatic writing for him.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, okay. Still, I wonder what his background is. It's like, is he a smarty pants? Is he into science? Was he like, you know what I mean? How well the guy who wrote The Simpsons was a physicist or something. You know what I mean? Do we
Yeah,
know?
I'd be surprised. I don't know.
Do we
I
know?
don't
What's
know
his
what he
name?
did. He probably did do something before this, but who
What's
knows
his
what.
name?
I think it's Matt Groening.
Yeah.
I bet I can't spell that.
MATT.
Oh, I know that. Oh, here it is. Right. Here he goes. Here he goes.
MATT.
Okay, it's not the same guy I was thinking of. But we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out where this guy came from.
Canada.
Because yeah, he did Futurama. That was the show I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Disenchantment.
I mean, was there any predictions of Futurama, or is it
Here
just
we
The
go.
Simpsons?
I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know, JC. Let's see. He was blah blah blah. 5 kids. Yada yada. Okay, what did he do? He came from Canadian Mennonites. His dad was a Canadian Mennonite.
Oh.
What does that mean?
That's
that
an
mean those
interesting
ones-
background for someone whose brain thinks that way. To me, I find it socially interesting. Trying to find some kind of credential. Bachelor's, here we go. No, he ain't. He's journalism. Then he went to like cartoon school or what the hell ever, and he worked for Disney for a sec. Huh. See, I would have loved to have read that he had a doctorate in physics and been like, now we know.
Well, Homer Simpson is actually the smartest person in the world on the cartoon. He nullifies his intelligence with the crayon that he shoved up his nose.
Oh yeah.
Because there's the episode where they pulled out the crayon, and he's like this super intelligent person, and he freaking the funniest thing, because he goes through there and he mathematically proves there's no God. So and he's like, and his neighbor Landers is like, he's the Christian.
Who
so
is
he's
this?
running around catching these things. He's destroying the evidence that he's showing that there's no God.
Didn't so-and-so Hawking claim that as well? That he did the math and there's no God. There was
In
nothing.
between his trips to Epstein's Island.
Oh, is he on the list?
Yeah, he's rumored to have gone there. I don't know what he might have done there other than look
Well,
around
I mean,
in one direction. Like ain't nobody on Epstein's Island wheeling around.
Stop,
Hey, you want to go
Jason,
down
stop.
and do some snorkeling, buddy?
Stop, JC.
Stop. Oh, my Lord. You made my throat chakra
Did you see
close
that
up.
Always Sunny where Frank was on the Epstein
JC,
list?
down. JC, don't make me come over there with the fly
That was
swatter.
hilarious. Frank was just
I'll
like,
get the stick.
Snorkeling.
I'll get the stick. I don't know. I think this thing has gone on for a millennia, and it's going to go on for a millennia, and it's just going to.
The thing is, if we've got 7 comets floating around the solar system coming in at us.
Well, they're coming out from all direct. We're surrounded.
Well, the thing is, they go from they go around the sun. That's the thing. They have an orbit around the sun. And that's why if they have an orbit around the sun,
Those
then
aren't the
they're
ones that
somehow
just come
tied
straight
into the
through and keep going.
gravitational pull.
Those aren't the ones that are coming through and just keep going. Those are actually our normal comets.
I don't know that. I don't know that they're normal.
I mean, I thought all comets, because they would come in there, they come in from deep space. They come in there because they have
those big ones, like that one that's coming through right now, is just going to keep going.
Yeah.
You think?
Well, allegedly, he has no plans for a sleepover.
Allegedly, yeah. I don't know.
And what else kind of comes to mind? I don't know why this comes to mind, but all of a sudden, but it does. Saturday morning cartoon, Thundar the Barbarian. If you ever watched that show, there was a rogue planet that flies by Earth, and
which is
cataclysm happens.
Crazy how much it's like Marduk.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you're not paying attention, though, what are you doing? I mean, there's so much evidence out there that even if one of these theories is the truth, I'm kind of feeling like we're going to find that there's a little truth in all of them.
Anything real that does happen, the government's likely to lie about it and overplay it or exaggerate, or
that's what
some goal of theirs.
Yeah, that's what Greer says. Greer says they're going to try to stage this alien invasion and try to bring this global. This is bringing in the new world order. This is part of that agenda.
We don't need any world orders.
Bring everybody together.
We don't need any damn orders.
And it's like that's not what's happening. I don't know. But
I think the way it is right now in this country, I don't think that if aliens invaded, I don't think that our two sides would be like, we should work together. I think they'd be like, yeah, fuck that. I think that there are too many people who are too far apart.
They'd be playing shit on your neighbors. What they'd be playing.
They would.
Yeah,
Well, somebody would
Yeah.
shoot another guy in the back, and then it'd be 3 sides of the conflict.
Yeah.
Right. You know,
Well-
and the thing is, and I mean, you hear it sounds like we're having a second Mu, catastrophe,
Mhm.
And here, I mean, if all this goes down, I mean, is that the lesson of Mu? Is that what we're supposed to learn from Mu? Is that
No, we don't get anything out of historical lessons, Tom.
I know,
Obviously.
We
But I'm
don't
just-
care about that. I mean,
but
I'm
everybody
just saying-
knows, the stuff repeats and history repeats itself and it happens again and again. But everybody's like, yeah, well, that wasn't me.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
wasn't there for that. It'll be different.
Exactly.
No, it won't be different. Like communism hasn't been tried the right way. Okay.
Right.
The communists tried it. They thought they were doing it the right way.
this isn't communism; it's socialism.
Socialism.
Socialism
the one
hasn't
that
been
was
It's
tried the right way.
socialism. That's what's going to fix everything. Democratic
know.
socialism.
But if you're out there in YouTube land, just be aware of what's happening.
September 24th. Be on your lookout.
I don't
Look in
know.
the skies.
I don't know. I'm going to
There's
say
too
it
many
came to
people for a
me,
fix.
and,
There's
and
not
I
people.
wasn't the only one it came to. It's all over the internet, apparently.
Don't
So,
basically don't keep your head in the sand. Don't be an ostrich. Pull that head out.
whatever.
Be
Yeah.
aware of what's going
whatever.
on.
All I can do is send the news.
Yeah, or
I
just
know that
Yeah.
I'm.
watch
But
TV.
anyway, until then, like and subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes.
Yeah, mash that button.
And mash that button. Say good night, Tommy.
Good night, Tommy.
Good night, JC.